Hey guys, can you hear me? Does it sound good? How are you doing, guys? Oh wait, I have to mute my sound. We're finally back in a hot market where there are things to do. Actually, the market has been hot for a month now. As you can see in my portfolio, there's been some really good EPs over the past month. This PDD pisses me off. I had it the last EP, but it stopped me out when it closed below the 20-day. And, well, now it's up here. But I'm telling you guys, for you who have small accounts, I can't trade these things, but guys, DRCT, my girlfriend killed it on this one. DRCT, like 3 weeks ago, had like the 5+ star EP. Huge volume, great earnings, huge beat. I mean, oof. This thing has been going sideways for years and years. Look at this thing. She's up like, I think he bought like 380. She's up like over 200% on it. And she's in, you know, also in some of these large caps I missed. Like she's in Roku. I'm like, nah, it's so slow. Only went up like 45% from entry in like 3 weeks. She's in a bunch of stuff. Lemonade that I'm not in. Lemonade. This one almost closed her, stopped her out though. But then it came back. AFRM. She's in this one. I missed this one. She's a better trader than I am, guys. Am I playing World of Warcraft? No, I'm playing Europa Universalis. That's my new drug. So the markets are, short term, a little bit extended, but I think the next month or two won't be as easy as the last month, but I don't know. Things looks pretty good. As long as we can hold above the 10 and the 20 moving averages. We're seeing more small caps coming back now. That's been the difference from the rallies we've had previously over the past year and a half. Haven't had as much small and mid caps than we are having now. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Have I tried buying leaps on slower moving? I've thought about it for years, but I think it's an illusion. I don't think you should spread out too much. Like, could I have a portfolio with leaps on things I believe in long term? Sure, I could. But whatever. I thought about it a lot, but whatever. I thought about having like a smaller long-term investing portfolio in a tax-free account, but whatever. Look, when the markets are good, I make shit ton of money. Like, I don't need to have those things on the side. It's just a distraction. People spread themselves thin. That's the problem. They lose focus. Did I trade VFS? I was thinking about shorting it, but I completely dropped the ball on this. It was a 5-star short. I don't know what happened. Was it that I couldn't find shares? I don't even remember. I just completely dropped the ball on it. That's one of the best short opportunities this year. How was the Traders for a Cause event? It was awesome. First time in probably 15 years I was speaking, doing a public speech. AFRM, who cares? It had an EP. It's had 2 great EPs this year. 3. AFRM had 3. Well, actually, this wasn't an EP, but it had a great EP here. I didn't trade it. It had an EP here. I mean, there's been so much opportunity. Forget about people being bearish. Remember, anytime you hear people being bullish and bearish on something, remember 99% of them can't make money in the markets. Or they have like different time frames, or they're doing something else, or most of them just don't know anything, right? Focus on setups. Good setups in good markets. That's all you need to be focused on. Forget about the war in Gaza. Forget about the macro stuff. The market will tell you all of these things. All of this, what you need to know. Alright guys, good luck. Wait, where did my notes on alt go? Oh, Jesus Christ. Disappeared. Okay. And also remember, if you miss this rally, if you like, I don't know, bought into the bearish narrative, listening too much on whatever experts in quotation marks, you miss this rally, or you don't have any sells, don't start chasing now. The markets are short-term extended, right? There will be new opportunities. You just have to do better next time, okay? Mm-hmm. If I would take a good setup now, when it comes to an EP, absolutely. Absolutely. How was Triders for a Cause? It was great. It's an amazing event. Looks like we're having a pullback day so far today. Like a 20-day or even 50-day test wouldn't be, you know, anything out of normal after having this run over the past month. So all you have to do is, you know, raise stops and see what's strong and what's not strong. Like if you look at PDD, if you look at like China like indices over the past year, it's been going like down / sideways. PDD has been trending higher for most of the year. You know, that's called relative strength. And you have to understand, you know, what's driving it. Well, Temu. And again, I had it here, but I got stopped out like 2 weeks later. This annoys me. This is what's so frustrating with trading. You identify good setups, you identify the theme. You know, this was perfect. High volume, relative strength, hot theme, and you know, then this day happens, right? Stops you out, and now it's here. Now I don't, you know, I rebought it on this EP here, and I don't think it's gonna make a big move now, but you know, I just, if I can get like a little bit of a move, that would be nice. How's the cat? Loki is fine. He's doing well. Let's see. Not a lot of high volume EPs right now. Not a lot of high volume EPs. Even like this kind of mid and smaller large caps, you know, by now they all should have much higher volume. Like IoT, these kinds of candles is what you want to see end of day, but it's not gonna have a candle like that. So I don't have too high hopes for anything today. But seriously, guys, for those of you who trade EPs and miss DRCT, guys, you man, this is 5-star, and you get these kinds almost every earnings season, unless in the, you know, shittiest of bear markets. You really had, this was perfect, triple digit. You know, I have to go through this. Like, you know, if you get your focus together, you stop focusing on all these fucking wars in the Middle East and macro and shit like that. Focus on stuff like this, right? Triple digit EPS revenue growth. You know, stock that's been going nowhere for years. Look at the guidance. They raised their guidance from revenue guidance from 170 to 190 million from 128 million. That's an insane raise. That's a huge surprise to the markets. You see the volume, enormous volume. Like, you have to trade these things. If you trade EPs, you have to focus in on these. And look at the move it made. Over 200%. This is my girlfriend's portfolio, right? She got it. Because she has a small account. She saw this thing. And also, she got some of the larger cap names that did really well that I didn't catch, like Roku. I'm still pissed I didn't buy Roku. God damn, this is a liquid stock. Oh, I just didn't believe in it. I thought the revenue growth was too slow, like, and the guidance, revenue guidance, all of that was too slow growth. What is HCDI? Oh, shit, Pixie's running. Oh my god, what a piece of shit. Oh. No, I taught her to trade. She wasn't trading before we met. Do I need one more girlfriend? You're not a girl, though? No thanks. Contingency plans, there's always many times of entries, right? You can buy like pullbacks to the like 50 day when it comes to PDD. Like, if you're a pullback trader, it had like a pocket pivot thingy here. There was a pocket pivot or breakout thingy here. I didn't buy it. I haven't really traded breakouts since 2021. EPs have worked way better than breakouts because we haven't had any, you know, good momentum markets. EPs have been, you know, 50 times better than breakouts. So I haven't really been focusing on breakouts at all. Wait, I have to close the door. My cleaning lady is vacuuming. All right. No, she has a tiny account. No. She has like a 30K account. So she can trade these, liquid names. It's called small account edge, guys. Small account edge. You have so much more opportunity and bigger opportunities if you trade your small account. But the problem is, once you get good at trading, you won't have a small account for long. So that edge kind of starts going away. Then you need to start trading, larger cap stocks and longer time frames, etc., etc. LIFW, what's this? No, I didn't trade it. Dun, dun, dun. Why am I watching this? 1.9 ADR. Boom. ESTC. Now the problem with this stock, it's incredibly choppy. Like, some stocks are not meant to be traded. And even though this EP looks good, look at how this thing trades. This thing has never any clean trends. Never had any clean. Even during 2020, it was such a mean reverting stock. This is an avoid stock. You should never trade a stock like this. Same thing with Path. Some stocks are just incredibly choppy. They shouldn't be traded. Now, Path has a better chart. It's been going sideways for 2 years, higher lows for a year. Volume is good. I mean, this one actually may be able to have an clean uptrend. But, this is something you learn over the years. Some stocks are just incredibly choppy. They have different personalities. Oh, it's also because they're NYSE stocks. New York Stock Exchange stocks don't have as good momentum as Nasdaq stocks. Generally, that's what I've found. Shot? Yeah. Yeah, it all started with the EP here, the failed EP back in July. Had enormous volume, pulled back and started grinding higher. They have this safety shot drink, whatever. It's just probably a scam. Probably a scam. But I had a good short setup like a few weeks ago. It was a bit thin though. There's a clone Twitter account on me trying to scam people. Well, there's like 50 clone Twitter accounts and there's like 30 clone Instagram accounts. Like, guys, if you follow that kind of stuff, like, I just can't be bothered anymore blocking these things. Like, some things you have to learn the high. Just don't give money to strangers on the internet. Especially if they're asking for it. All these whatever Bitcoin scams and, guys, just stop giving money to them. Whatever. And if you think I'm following you and starting to write to you on Instagram, on Twitter, like, guys, why the fuck would I do that? Seriously. Why the fuck would I do that? I just don't understand how some people fall for these things. And, people are falling for these things. Like, because, it's been a long time problem. Like, they're making money. That's why these accounts keep popping up, right? Someone or some organization is making a lot of money. You can, it's probably some, third world country. If they can scam like one person per month, they're gonna have a good life. So people are falling for it. That's why this phenomenon is not going away. Yeah, there's just so many. They pop up. You report one, and there's just 5 new ones coming. Chilling on my yacht. You do realize it's winter, right? Like we have what is it, like, I don't know, over a foot of snow, probably like 30-40 centimeters of snow right now. Why did I start streaming now? Because it's always more fun to stream when there are things moving. Like, you have to understand, guys, like, most of the time, the past 2 years, it's been so slow. Like, most days, there's literally nothing moving. Like, what am I gonna stream for? Like, there's nothing to stream. Right now, there's been a lot of things running. There's a lot of things to talk about, right? I wish I had started, a few weeks earlier, when I realized, like, this is, we're getting into a new market, and there's like a lot of good EPs, but I was just too lazy and busy with other stuff. But there's been so many opportunities, no matter how you trade it. Day trading, swing trading, position trading. I mean, there's so many. Like, once you get a good market, like, any type of trading system works pretty much, unless you're like, I don't know, perma-bear and shorting everything all the time. This is what I'm talking about. You wait for these periods when the 10 days start sloping up, the 20 days start sloping up, the 10 gets above the 20, like, that's when the money is made. And the rest of the time, you just wait, or do very little. You get a few of those periods per year, and you're probably gonna outperform most of these day traders, percentage-wise. And you can, it's a much more scalable way of trading. You can scale your accounts much faster. This path looks like it's gonna have a pretty good volume day. I think path could end up having its best volume day, up day volume ever. I think at this rate it could exceed the day it had back in late May. It's already at almost 11 million, 20 minutes in. Can it triple that during the rest of the day? I think so. ESTC has good volume too, but I just can't stand the chart. It's horrible the way it trades. And IoT has just, I don't know. Is Sim going to interesting on Monday? Well, Sim was interesting like a week ago when it had this enormous high volume EP, and it's in the right sector. like AI theme, all of that stuff. Like that's where the money has been this year. Like Palantir had two great DP. Well, actually, it had one great DP, and then the last one, well, to be determined. Like if it can go to 25, 30 eventually, well, it will end up being a good EP. You know what? AI, piece of shit stock, had two big moves this year. Like this has been the sector. CXAI, biggest AI move. 500% in 2 days from the opening range breakout. I didn't buy that one. Also, which one of you caught Vivos? This was insane. Like it gapped up something like 100, almost 200%. Then it kind of, pulled back a little bit and took out the opening range highs like an hour or hour and a half after the open. That was a textbook. When you have a stock doing that, it has a big gap up. It can't pull back. And there's, it's insane. 280%. I just wish it had been more liquid. I didn't have as much shares as I wish I could have. It was very thin. It traded a lot of volume, but it was so thin. Insane. That's what happens in good markets. You get these insane moves. You literally you can trade like 20-30% of a year. You just trade these periods when the markets are trending higher. These stocks are making moves like this. This is like the best job ever. You can take vacation most of the time. I mean, you can't really like completely tune out markets. You always have to follow the markets, but you don't have to do stuff every day. That's why I think many people get confused by this business. They feel like they have to do things all the time. VRT, another AI-related stock. Look at the two great DPs it had this year. There's been so much opportunity. Unfortunately, I didn't figure out this was an AI-related stock until like a couple of months ago, so I missed the first two EPs. SMCI, another AI-related stock. Look at the EP it had back in early May. And another one, late May. Like you have to identify these themes. Another theme that's really hot right now is the weight loss. The weight loss drugs, the GLP-1. That's why I was excited about ALT. Because, Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, these are not really trading stocks. These are the stocks you buy leaps on, right? The leaders of the sector. So when I saw this alt being like GLP-1 related, I had high hopes. But, obviously it's selling off now. But, and you need to make a list of these things. You need to make a watch list. Just like I made a watch list early this year, like in January this year, before the AI stocks and quantum computing stocks started running. Remember, I made this list. I think I even shared it on Twitter. 120 stocks in this list. That was like a month before we got this AI rallies. Same thing, you need to do this list. Everything and anything this somehow related to this GLP-1 thing, it's the next big thing. You need to make the list. There may not be any big runners here, but if there are, there's gonna be 5 and 10 baggers. Just like we had this AI theme. CXAI back in April. Like this thing traded several million shares in the first minute of trading. That's something you gotta pay attention to, right? And ended up making 550%. And funny thing is, my girlfriend tried to buy it, but the Interactive Brokers didn't let her. There was some kind of an error or some kind of a restriction. I don't know what it was. But you catch a few of these per year, You know, something like CXAI or Vivas, right? Man. But remember, markets need to be in an uptrend for these things to work. You know, you won't get these types of stuff when the market's doing this or this, right? Or this. You won't get stocks like that. But once we start, you know, trending higher, the 10-day starts turning up, the 20-day starts trending up, the 10-day goes above the 20-day, you know, you gotta pay attention. Sometimes it may be the end of a bear market rally when you get those, or near the end of a bear market rally. So that's why I put another filter. I use like the 100-day to see if the, you know, if it's sloping higher or lower. You know, you need to have like a green light, yellow light, red light kind of a thingy to know when not to trade and when to take less size, etc. Because trying to break, you know, breakouts and EPs in bad markets, you know, it's not gonna end well. You're gonna die from 1,000 cuts. You really need to be super patient. Industry group rankings, sure. Now, I don't look at industry group rankings. I can see on the charts. I know what's hot. Like, I know AI-related things are hot. I know software-related things are hot. I hope the weight loss, like smaller and mid-cap weight loss-related stocks are gonna, you know, wake up eventually and make, you know, 5-10 baggers. So that's something I'm watching, but I know it's a hot sector, right? These are big themes. Like every year there are a couple of themes. At least, you know, in bull markets, that is. Even in bear markets, you have big moves. Like BBBY last year made an enormous move. This was one of my biggest, probably my biggest trade last year. Last year. Bought the breakout here on the high tide flag. You know, 170% move. And then it had a fourth day short. Fourth day, it gapped up big. You know, this was a textbook one. Now, you didn't get many. This together with like the small cap oils back in February, March, Indo, IMPP, they were like two big opportunities last year, and those were it. I kind of screwed up the small oils. I made some money, but I should have made like 10 times more. I kind of screwed up. I was traveling and it was I fucked up. But on an average bull market year, you get many more opportunities. My lesson from IMPP, Indo, I don't have any lessons. You know, just textbook momentum runners. Right? They go up, you know, 500, 1,000% in a week or two, right? We saw a lot of these in 2020, 2021. There was nothing to learn. I just fucked it up. And this is why I don't really believe in this thing. Oh, you have to sell into strength. No, you don't. Because if you bought the EP here on Indo and you sold it the next day when it was 130%, you missed out on some big money. When it comes to like micro caps, I really don't believe into thing selling to strength. It's better to have some kind of intraday moving average, like the 60 on the 60 minute. I use like the 10 and 20 EMAs on the 60 minute. I think those work really good. ARM. What I think of ARM? It's on my watch list. I mean, what do I think of it? I don't know. Just another new IPO. Well, actually, it's not new. This thing was listed like they were taking. It used to be ARM H, but they were taken private like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know. It's just another semi stock. GPS. Yeah, it had a big EP, enormous volume. Now, I don't know, these kind of apparel stores and stuff like that, I don't know. I just never get excited about these types. I mean, it's up also because it's been a good market, and during the same time, you had bigger moves in software names. There's this another ANF, another apparel store, had 2 big EPs this year. Look at the volume. This is type of volume you want to see. Look at the volume. I wish I traded these. Actually, it was kind of, the first EP was way too illiquid for me, but the second, yeah, I could have traded it. I've just been so many opportunities this year. Just wait, you have to wait for the market to, start trending higher. Look at ANF. Look at what the SPICE did between like late July and late October. Look at ANF. This thing has been going up. That's the power of a good EP. That's relative strength. This is something what the funds want to buy this thing. Didn't give a shit about the market during the pullback we had. Some of the EPs can be really, really powerful. Like they can go and go and go, even though the market kind of starts pulling back. But generally, obviously, most stocks will follow the market. All right, things are starting to slow down. Markets look good. We just, in a low volatility uptrend, those are the best markets for a swing trader. Because it doesn't matter if the markets are up or down, if it's an up day or down day. Like there's always, most of the time, like something to do. And these are the type of markets you can be on margin, right? You slowly build your positions. You go, say you go from 0% to 20, 30, and then a few days later you up it again. You start seeing more and more setups, and after a few weeks or a week, you're maybe fully invested, and then you start things keep going. You have a profit cushion, and then you slowly start going on margin. That's how you use margin, right? Obviously, it's sometimes easier said than done. Sometimes I get way too excited, and then the market slams, and I get stopped out on a bunch of stuff. But who said it? This thing is easy. Who said trading would be easy, right? Does EP need to be in a hot sector? No. Sometimes a sector becomes hot after an EP. After the leading stocks in that sector start having EPs, that's when it becomes hot. Many times. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut the stream now. Things are slowing down. I've talked enough for today. Thanks and bye.